This is REALPro Features webinar. My name is Coy Paeltz, and I'm the Director of Development for REALPro. And I also have Michelle Kinder, Commerce Mortgage's Director of Marketing, on the webinar with me. Everyone on the webinar has entered as muted. We keep everyone muted in order to keep the audio quality from being interrupted by phones ringing or dogs barking, etc. Michelle and I will play dual roles on this webinar. I'm provide the content, and Michelle will keep me on my toes, letting me know if we have any questions. We want everyone to leave this webinar feeling good about what you learned today regarding REALPro, and if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please type them in the question box. Michelle can view the questions, and she'll let me know as soon as a question comes in from anyone in the audience. We're going to try to answer all of the questions that come in today, so please don't be afraid to ask. Today, everyone is on the REALPro Features webinar, or REALPro 201. This webinar will provide an instructional overview of existing REALPro features, and will also introduce any new features that we have recently released. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully everyone has on the webinar today already has a Commerce REALPro account, and as you know from our 101 class, we teach everyone how to set up their Commerce REALPro account and to get their first listing entered. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the back office of one of our demo realtors that we have on the Commerce REALPro system, which is Lexi Thompson. So hopefully everyone is familiar with this screen. This screen, typically any notices that we have to put out about the system, we will have in this green box. And as most of the agents know who typically market on Craigslist, which we will talk about a little bit today, Craigslist has had a change in the way they, or what they allow us to give you for code to enter in your listings. So I will talk about those changes in a little bit, but that's what this message is about right now. Again, so hopefully everyone knows how to get their first listing entered, and so I'm going to start off by just talking a little bit about the Commerce REALPro website that we create for everyone, since we are going to talk about the different features today. When you sign up, there is a place in the real estate agent's profile to enter in if they have a professional Facebook page, Twitter account, LinkedIn profile, YouTube channel, or Google Plus page. If you have any of those, you can enter those in your profile, which I will go to here. As you can see here, now these are not real Twitter URLs or Facebook URLs. They just have links, so you know what happens when you enter in your Facebook, maybe your page here. What happens is you will get your Facebook profile here. So anyone who visits this website, if they wanted to see your personal Facebook page or your business page, they could click this link here and it would send them there. Another feature of the system, after we get our first listing in, the social sharing aspect. Commerce REALPro makes it very easy to share your properties on your social media sites. Typically, if you wanted to share, your properties on Facebook, you have to log into your Facebook account, upload some pictures, type some things out. You have to do a lot of work. We make it really easy for you here at Commerce REALPro. The only thing you do is have to click on this Facebook button here, and you can easily log into your Facebook account, and you can share this property. As you can see, I'm already logged into Facebook here, so the only thing you would have to do is click Share Link, and you can share this to your Facebook page. Basically, no work. The best part about it is your sellers, the people who are listing their home, can also easily share their property on their Facebook page. The same thing goes for Twitter. You just log into your Twitter account, and you can tweet about your new listing. Pinterest, Google Plus. The envelope here that talks about sharing your listing allows you anyone that visits the site to share the listing via email. So what you can do is you would click this link and you can type your name and your email address and then who you would like to send it to, and it allows you to share this listing. So this is a good thing. A lot of our agents, when they first get their listing posted, to show their client that they're working for them, they'll get this property up and then they'll send them a link just so they can take a look at it. Another great feature that we have is, we understand that a lot of people are moving to mobile these days. So, besides just creating a nice looking web page for each property that you guys have listed, we also create a nice mobile web page. And if you take a look here, if the link for this particular home is thisgreathouse.willsellfast.com. If you type that URL into your smartphone, it's automatically going to go to our mobile site. And our mobile site, looks something like this. It says /mobile. Let me go ahead and so as you can see here, the mobile site, you can flip through the pictures, and you can still do everything that you can do on our main site, but we've just created it in a nice, easy-to-use mobile platform. If you wanted to share the listing, you can share it by email here. You can also view it on a map. You can even get directions. So if somebody's pulled this up on their smartphone, they're like, you know what, I'd like to drive by and see the house, you can easily get directions on your smartphone here. And down at the bottom, they can actually view your personal mobile website, or they can contact you. They can even press this phone number right here, and it'll automatically dial your phone number, bring it up on their smartphone. So that's kind of an overview of our mobile website. Another thing that we do as soon as you get your first listing entered in is we do create some nice looking property flyers and virtual tours. So I'm going to go ahead and if I wanted to print a flyer, again, this is accessible for anyone. They can print a flyer, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up the virtual tour. I'm going to talk about the virtual tour first. So you can see here we have a nice slideshow with music. I'm going to go ahead and mute the music. I don't know if everyone could hear that or not, but basically this allows somebody to see all of the pictures in the house, and it gives these nice zooming in and zooming out effects. We also understand that a lot of agents out there need virtual tours that are not branded. Because your MLS won't allow you to give them a branded virtual tour. So what you can do is you can easily, if you take a look up here, we have a HD_tour, which is actually the high definition virtual tour that we have. But if you change this to MLS tour, it will actually take the branding away to make it compliant for all of your MLSs. So you can actually use this link, and you should not have any problems whatsoever about the branding, and it should take care of any problems you have if you wanted to use this link somewhere else. So that is how you access the MLS tour. But I'm going to go ahead and go back to the HD_tour. Another thing that we have, here's the flyer that we have. This is a pretty decent looking flyer. What we do is we take the first 4 photos that you have on your listing, and we're going to take the first photo and make it the main image, and then we're going to use the second, third, and fourth photo for our default flyer here. We have a QR code here, so if somebody takes a picture of this with their smartphone, we know a lot of people like to take pictures of these anytime they see them. What this will do is it will direct this person to the mobile website that we've created for them on their smartphone. So it will be, and so they can get more information that way. And and we also have, if you don't like this flyer, you'd like to change this flyer, we have a design center for you guys. And I know we haven't talked about a whole lot recently, but so let's, from our back office, if we wanted to create a different flyer, we can actually click the Design Center. We have many new things that we're looking to put in the Design Center, but right now we just have a few custom flyers. And the Design Center is really easy to use. We can actually click whichever template we would like to create for a new flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And then it's going to ask us which property we would like to create a flyer for. So I'm going to stick to the same property that we were just working on a few minutes ago and click Customize. From there, we can select our photos, and this is very easy to do. Again, we can create a new flyer in a minute or two. And what we did is we took a lot of ideas from other flyer systems that are out there, and we tried to make it easier to use for you guys. As you can see there, I just drag and drop the photos. Let's take. And then we're fitting this into a square box. So it's asking us to crop the photo because it's a rectangular photo, but we're putting it in a square box, so it's asking us to crop. If we press the Make It Fit button, it'll actually squish the photo a little bit, but it will fit the whole photo into the box. But I'm going to go ahead and press crop here. Get the pool table. Press crop. lastly, let's get this staircase. Actually, I have to scroll down here a little bit on my screen, drag that in there. Pretty easy to do, doesn't take much time. And then we already have a new photo. We have things if you wanted to change the street address or make it look a little differently, like it looks here like this should probably be 6th Avenue. So I can just do that. And as you notice, it changes automatically and it updates real time. So we can scroll down here. We can add different effects, you know, a shadow, text. We can change the colors of a lot of things if we wanted to. Also, we have the property description. We know that some of your homes have longer descriptions than others, and if you had a very long description that was being cut off, you might want to shorten it here on your property photo or your property flyer description. You know, but if it was, you know, not long enough and you wanted to type more, you can also change it in this box here. If you notice, this is, you know, a real-time change that you can actually see what it's going to look like on your flyer. So as I type here a bunch of letters, it's actually going to update real-time on your screen right here. After we're finished making these changes, we would want to save it. So what I can do is I can save this flyer that I just created. And it does take it a little bit to save because what happens is right now this is just a live update of the property flyer, and we're actually creating a new PDF as we speak, and now it says that the property has been saved. The next thing we wanted to do, if we wanted to print this flyer, we can actually download it. And again, it does take a few seconds to download, but we can actually download this flyer and we could print it out. If we wanted to use this flyer instead of the general flyer that we created on the property website, we can actually check this box right here as soon as this PDF is generated, which it looks like it is. I'm downloading it. You know, we can actually use this property or this flyer on our listing website. If we don't like this default flyer, we can use the one that we just created. We just check this box here, and then we would automatically be using that one on our website that we have. So pretty easy to do. If you wanted to share this flyer to your Facebook page, you can easily do it by clicking the Facebook icon. If you wanted to share this flyer to your Twitter account, you can easily tweet about it here. So we make it very easy to save this to your social media sites. And that's all there is to it in creating new flyers. So if you guys have flyers that you really like and you don't you know, you want a little bit different selection than what we offer to you guys, please send the flyers that you currently use or like to support at commercerealpro.com, and we will look into getting those integrated the next time we start expanding the flyers in your back office. The next thing that I want to talk about with you guys, I want to explain a little bit about what these different folders mean here. So I went to the active listings folder first when I first started the presentation, and our active listings folder will have all of your draft properties that you maybe have started entering but you haven't saved or you haven't published yet. And then we will also have any feature requests. Feature requested properties, as you can see here, will show up at the very top. And feature request properties are basically if you do marketing to for sale by owners or to you know, maybe they're not ready to list their home yet, what you can do is you can you know, send them to your website, which in Lexi's case, her website is lexithompson.willsellfast.com, and you can say, you know what, go to my website, take a look at the feature of my home. You can actually upload their photo, or they can upload their home information to you, and you can actually choose whether you want to publish their site on your website or not. Basically, we have a lot of people who market to for sale by owners. What they do is they send them this link right here, and they're like, you know what, I know you're not ready to list yet, but let me help you find a buyer. If I help find a buyer, will you pay a 3% commission? Most of the time they're going to say yes. So basically you send them to this link. You let them do all the work for you. So really there isn't much left for you to do. They would enter in their information with their address. You know, they would type in their property description. They would upload all the photos for their property, and then they would click submit. As soon as they click submit, it's going to email letting you know that you have somebody that would like to feature their home on your website. And after that, it's going to show up here as a feature request. And when you see this, then you would actually go into here. You would see who the feature request came from. You would see their phone number and their email address. And if you wanted to edit the listing, you would click Edit, and then it would bring you to all of the information that the for sale by owner entered in on your website. And then you can actually activate the property from here. So if you wanted to make this property active, you would click Active. As you can see here, this is just one of our test sites, so we didn't upload any property photos here. But you would just go down through, make sure that all the information, the required information is filled out, and you would click Save. After you do that, it says that this website's already used. Click Save again. As you can see here, and again, I didn't upload any photos for this property, but that's how easy it is to publish a property. You can actually go to the website if you wanted to take a look at it. It's not going to be real interesting since I didn't upload any property photos, but that's how easy it is to publish your first for sale by owner on your website. And I'm going to talk about some other features that I know we haven't talked about yet. Besides the syndication, we're going to push it out there to all of our different syndication partners for this for sale by owner. But we're also going to feature it on Trulia, which is one of the big things that I'm excited to talk about here in just a little bit. So that's how the Feature My Home link works for you guys. If you enter in your listings manually, which I know in our next week's training class we will talk about that a little bit, but what happens is when you enter a listing in manually, it's going to show up in your active listings folder first. And so we're going to publish it, but it's manually been entered. We're going to keep it active for 60 days. If you update it, we're going to extend your 60 days out so we keep your property active. But if you don't make any changes to a manual listing, inside of 60 days, we're going to move it to an expired folder. So then you would know, and we'll actually send you an email, and we'll let you know, hey, we see that this manual listing hasn't had any activity or you haven't updated it for the last 60 days. So we put it in your expired listings folder, and you can see all of these are expired. If for some reason you just forgot and you wanted to reactivate one of these properties, it's really easy to do. You would just come in here, you would click on whatever property you would like to reactivate. You'd click Edit, and then you would have to change something about this property. So maybe we're going to change this price. We're going to lower it a little bit. And then we would click Save. And this will actually make it'll reactivate the website that we have for this property, and that property will no longer be in your expired listings folder. It should show up as an active listing here. So let's go take a look. Of course, it's running a little slow today, as it usually does when I do these webinars. Close some of these other tabs. And this is the property that we just reactivated, 5600 Mount Israel Road in San Diego. And you can see here, here's the date updated, 11/19. So I know I talked earlier about Craigslist. Let's go ahead and talk about Craigslist a little bit. Craigslist revamped the way that everything works on their website. We used to have some really nice HTML for you that had all of your pictures, and we made it super simple for you to upload your listings. Now they don't allow us to have those pictures anymore. So what we have to do is we have to copy and paste this, and I'm just going to copy and paste this HTML right here. And again, this HTML isn't as complete as what we had before, but we're doing the best with what Craigslist gives us, and we're actually going to be revamping that here later this week. We're even going to change this up a little more to take advantage of everything that Craigslist offers us. But I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my Craigslist account, and I'm going to say, what type of listing is this? We're going to say housing offered, and we're going to do real estate by broker. And then we're going to go ahead and do a posting title. And type in our zip code and the posting description. We're going to go ahead and paste the HTML code in that we gave you. And then we're going to go ahead and type in, whatever square footage, bedrooms. So we do have to fill in all of this information now, or it's better if at least if we fill it in. Let's see, house. And we're going to choose not to show it on map. Then we're going to click continue. And you can show it on map if you want. You do have to upload your images now. So we're working on something that will maybe give you one big collage as an image. So we're going to, at some point down the road within the next few weeks, we would like to be able to give you an image to use specifically for Craigslist. But right now you're just going to have to use the images that you have for the home. You can click Done with Images. And as you can see here, what we have done is the formatting that we've given you, because typically your agents, when they post to Craigslist and they don't have some kind of format, they're just going to type whatever they want. It's all going to be the same font. You're not going to have any bold. You can't have any links, things like that. So the HTML that we gave you is right here. And as you can see, we've put for full details, visit this link, so somebody can copy and paste this link. They can get your phone number. They'll get all the information about the property. So you don't have to do all this typing. So we do make it a little easier for you. Hopefully later this week, we're going to offer this. This is actually going to be in a different color. So Craigslist did re-enable some colors, so we can actually use different colors for your Craigslist posting versus just black and white. But they disabled pretty much everything else. So that's kind of how this works. Let's see. Do we have any questions so far, Michelle, as I'm doing this? Because I know this was a...
We're all good so far.
Okay, good. And then what you would do is you would click Publish from here, and you could still post your Craigslist posting. So, but look for a couple changes later this week to make this a little nicer for you guys. But this was a big blow to everyone in the industry. Then everybody who created Craigslist HTML, it just really all blew up about 2 weeks ago. But that's how you would post to Craigslist now. I can tell you this preview button does not work properly. It will work properly later this week. When you click the preview button, it's going to show you the text that we have, and it's going to show you that it is, the bold and the different sizes that we use, but there aren't going to be any page breaks. So obviously, instead of looking like this, it's, with returns and page breaks, things like that, it's going to look like this. So the preview is not functioning right now, but we will have that updated for you very shortly. One of the other features that I haven't talked about yet is our open house feature. Many of you out there may have heard of or have used Open Home Pro. Open Home Pro is an open house system that allows you to basically allow people to sign in on your iPad or Android tablet or even your laptop. And the way Open Home Pro works, let me go back here, and our open house system, is it allows you to choose a background image that gets displayed. We're just going to say an iPad. We'll say that somebody's going to use an iPad for this today. They would be able to go to their property. They would be able to click Configure Open House Settings. And they would be able to select which photo they wanted to use as their background for their open house. We're just going to select this one right here with the pool. And then they can select if they want to ask the visitors for their address or not. We're going to go ahead and select yes. And then, we have these 4 questions here that they can choose to ask or unselect if they wish. And the only thing they'll have to do is click Submit. After this, we've made the changes to what questions we're going to ask on the open house. And as it's updating here, the next thing we can do is we can actually start open house. So I'm going to go ahead and click Open House. From this point, you guys can see this is the photo that we selected that's would be showing up on our tablet. And now someone can sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my information here. And then it's going to ask them for their next question. Then it's going to ask for their street address. Now if they want, they can skip any of these questions. So And I'm going to show you here in 1 second when it gets to the next page. They can actually click skip, or they can click skip all. So what would happen if they click the skip button is just going to bring them to the next question. If they click skip all, it's going to bring them to the end of the entire form, and they can, as you can see here, skip all will bring them to the end. Skip will just, you know what, maybe they don't want to answer when they plan to buy. Maybe they don't know, so they can click skip. And then they can ask, do they have a home to sell? So, you know what, no, I don't have a home to sell. And then they're like, you know what, are you pre-approved for financing? And they say, you know, at this point they just want to skip all. It's going to basically bring them to the end. And the nice part about our open house system is immediately, since they entered in their email address, we're going to send them an email thanking them for showing up at your open house. Included in that email is going to be a property flyer and a link to the website that we created for this home, so they can, you know, check it out, so they can get more information, and it's right there in their inbox. So that's one really nice part about it. Another nice thing is we're going to track all of your open house leads. We're going to keep them in your back office forever, so you don't have to worry about it if you use paper sign-in sheets. In fact, let me cancel here and sign back in. If you use paper sign-in sheets, typically you'd have to bring these back and retype them into your CRM if you're going to put them in a drip campaign, things like that. You don't have to do that with our system. Our system will allow you to anytime go to your open house contacts, and you can see here is the here's the one that we just did. Let me find here. Here's the one that we just did on 11/19. And here are the leads. If I wanted to export these to an Excel spreadsheet so I can import them into my drip campaign, I can easily do that by just clicking export. If I wanted to export all of my open house leads that I've ever done, I can do it here by just clicking the export button up here. It'll export all of my contacts, so it makes it really easy to add these into any CRM that you may have to do drip email campaigns to these people. So that is one nice feature that we have that can save you a lot of typing. The next section here is I'm going to keep going along as we have these off-market listings. If we have any, you know, if you have a listing that we see has been sold, or sometimes even if it's gone pending, we're going to put it in your off-market listing. And from there, these are ones that are off-market. If for some reason they aren't off-market, you can actually go back in and you can reactivate them. But this is where we put all of your pending and sold listings. We have a user guide here. If you ever, you know, have any questions on how to set up your profile, or if you have questions, you know, we've created several different training videos for you guys here, so you can take a look at these different videos, and hopefully, if you have any questions, these videos can answer your questions for you. And we plan on expanding this hopefully within the next month or so. We've already created some new videos for you guys. If you have any questions for support, obviously you can see the support phone number here. Here's the support email address. You can also click the support button and it will automatically fill in all of your information. The best part about this is if you ever have support questions, tell us as much about your problem as possible. The more things that we know about the problems you're having, you know, even if it's what type of browser are you using? Are you using Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Firefox? Whatever it is, please be as detailed as you possibly can, you know, so we can help answer your support questions in a timely fashion. We have some auto reply options for you guys. So basically the auto reply setup, if anybody fills out any of the lead forms on your website, basically the message that we're going to display to them after they click submit is going to be whatever's in your auto reply message. So it's going to say, thank you for your inquiry on my website. This is confirmation that your email has been delivered, whatever, whatever. You can change this if you want to deliver your own personal message. You can easily change this on your own. Just click save, and that will be the message that gets displayed for any leads that come to your website. This next one is big, okay? Syndication. These are the different places that we syndicate to. I can tell everyone that the Zillow has been off for a couple days, and Zillow is part of the HotPads network, so these two have been off. We are trying to work out a new deal with Zillow, and this should be online here within the next week or so. But Trulia, this is the big one for you guys. We are now featuring everyone who uses Commerce REALPro, we are featuring your listings on Trulia. This is a huge savings to agents out there. Typically, if an agent wanted to feature their listing on Trulia, they're going to pay $19.99 for their first listing. They're going to pay $39.99 for 3 listings to feature on Trulia, and it's going to cost $69 if they wanted to feature 10 listings. We're going to feature all of your listings for free if you've entered them into Commerce REALPro. And I'm going to give you guys an example of this. Let me pull over a listing here that I have up. So what I did here is I actually just I went to the Trulia website and I just searched for Danville, California. And as we scroll down here, all of these first listings are all going to be featured. As you can see here, we have this property is featured by Commerce REALPro on the first page. This one is featured by Commerce REALPro in Danville. Let's see if we have any others. So the more listings we get, I know we don't have a ton, it doesn't look like in Danville, but all of your listings are here. Here's another one, Hollyoak Drive. We're going to feature all of your listings at no additional cost. So this is huge for you guys. So you know, if you don't have a lot of listings in here or you've held off, you know, you might as well get them in now because you know, for $9.95, the cost of the REALPro system, you're getting all of your listings featured. So you know, if you just have one listing, that automatically saves you a lot of money, and you don't have to feature it on Trulia anymore. Featured listings on Trulia, Trulia says get 5 times more leads than unfeatured listings. So you know, this is a great value and a great savings for everyone using the Commerce REALPro system. What we did is because we have thousands of listings within Commerce REALPro, we were able to cut a deal with Trulia and say, you know what, we want to feature all of them. How much will it cost? And so this is what, you know, we're able to give to you guys. So this is a huge savings. We're trying to work out something similar with Zillow, but I can't tell you the time frame, you know, or how, you know, we're still a ways off from being able to feature all of your listings with Zillow. If you don't want us to create a YouTube video for your property, you know, you can unselect this button and we won't create a YouTube video, but the rest of these are all your syndication options. And even by default, this should be checked on everyone's box, feature my listings on Trulia. If for some reason it's not checked in your profile, go in, make sure it's checked to make sure that we are featuring all of your listings for you. And again, we're doing that at no additional cost. We have a marketing and resources section. If you wanted to, we have maybe a flyer or two. This will help you if you wanted to present what Commerce REALPro does to your potential clients. These are you know, a flip book and a web flip book that we've made for you guys that you can actually show your potential clients to let them know what Commerce REALPro is doing for them. In your leads section in your back office, we have leads here. These are all the leads that have come in through your website, so they're always going to be stored here. Even though I can tell you for every lead you get, there's somebody that fills out a form. We have found that most people get, you know, about 10 phone calls for every one lead that shows up in their back office. But as you can see here, this is where your leads would go and where they came from, and gives you some details on who has filled out the form on your website. We've already talked about the open house contacts. Next, we're going to talk about how to customize your site. So we have some different website colors here, and you know, by default it's going to be blue. But if you would like to change this to you know, a different blue scheme that we have here, green, yellow, red, or gray, you can do that. I can tell you that it will take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to take effect. So once you make this change, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to make the change or for you to be able to see it on your website. We have to wait for the cache to get updated on our website, so the change is not immediate. Same thing goes for website wallpapers. If you want to have a wallpaper, you know, you want to upload your own background image for all of your property websites, you can easily do that by you know, selecting one of them that we have here. You know, you can have a beach, blue sky, you know, green, blue, whatever background you want. But if you wanted to upload your own, you can actually take whatever high resolution photo you have. We recommend that you guys go to imageoptimizer.net and optimize your picture so it loads quickly after you get it set as your background image, and then you should upload it here by selecting choose file and then submit. So if you have your own custom artwork that you would like to use, you can do that by uploading it here. Go back to the dashboard. Call capture. Call capture, I guess the last thing that I haven't talked about. Call capture is a great system that we've given to you guys recently, and the way call capture works is we have a bunch of sign writers that have an 800 number on it that say for 24-hour recorded information, call this number, and it automatically has an extension printed on your sign. Basically, if anybody calls that number, even if they have a blocked caller ID, we're going to capture it, and we're going to send it to you to let you know who has been in front of your house, wanting more information about your listing. So immediately, typically even before they get up the phone call, we are going to send you a text message letting you know that somebody has called, and then we're also going to send you an email with that person's information. So, and the way you can set this up, you can actually go to your call capture setting. It's running a little slow here again. And again, this is a feature that I know that if your broker isn't providing it to you, I think most places charge about $30 a month or more for this feature. And this is actually, you can have as many listings as you want, and it's unlimited number of minutes and calls with the Commerce REALPro system. But as you can see here, there are two different ways that you can get sign writers or to get extensions. If you want to have your own signs printed up, that's not a problem. What we do is you should actually, we have the directions on here, how you can request signs or you can get some printed up. If you wanted some printed up, what you would do is you would reserve any property extension that is below 5,000. All the extensions below 5,000 are reserved for you guys if you wanted to have your own custom printed signs. The 800 number that you would use is right here, this 855 number. And then you can have your own signs printed up. But I would advise you guys to reserve your extensions first, because that would be horrible for you guys to have an extension printed on your sign and then somebody else come along and take it. So you should reserve it first. Let's see. And then also, probably the most popular way for you guys to get sign extensions is to make a sign request. You can actually request signs if you want to request signs for extensions above 5,000 or above. So here's basically what you can do. You tell it how many signs you would like, because these signs are free. What we were going to do is if you request signs here, we're going to send them to your loan officer so your loan officer can give you these signs. So what you would say is, you know what, I want to have 15 signs. I would do it here. Click submit. And what this is going to do is this is going to alert us and my support staff that you had a sign request. And it's going to email us to let us know. And we are going to immediately pack up some signs and ship them to your loan officer. If your loan officer already has signs, then what we will do is we will alert your loan officer, let them know that they need to, give you some sign writers. And at that time, what your loan officer will do is they will take whatever extensions they have available and they will assign them to you. As you can see here, I have plenty of extensions under this account that I can use for any one of my properties. So what I would do is I would say if I had sign extension 1458, I could add a property to it. It would give me all the properties that I could add. I would click Add Property. And then what our system is doing now is we're going to take all of the information on this property, including the property description, everything that we have, and we're uploading it to our call capture system. So let's see, this is we just did the one in Burbank. Here we go, 412 Elm. So if you call the 800 number now and you type in extension 1458, you're going to hear we're going to take the property description, change it to a computerized voice, and they're going to hear the property description. They're going to be able to press 1 to have the mobile website sent to their smartphone. They're going to be able to press 2 to connect with the real estate agent, and they're going to be able to press 3 to be connected with a loan officer to hear about financing options on the home. If somebody wants to go in and change it, Maybe they don't like the computerized recording that they have, so that you can actually, a real estate agent can call in and they can record their own custom greeting. What they would do is they would call the 800 number, they would enter in their property extension that they would like to change, they would press 9, and then they would enter their own personal 4-digit code. Every realtor has their own 4-digit code. And then they could record their own custom greeting for this home. So anytime somebody calls, they're going to hear the custom greeting that the real estate agent has provided for them. Maybe we also know that, if there are a lot of teams of real estate agents out there, and maybe they don't want one real estate agent getting all the text messages for this particular home, or they don't want all of the phone calls to be forwarded to one particular realtor. So what you can do is, if you wanted to change for this particular property, you wanted to change the number that we forward all calls to, you can actually change it here. And the same thing for the text messages. You can change whatever number that you want the text messages sent to here. You would just click Save. If you click Save as default, it's going to change them for all of your default listings. So be careful to just press Save if you're only trying to change it for one property. Do we have any questions on the call capture? Usually the call capture brings up a question or two. Do we have anything here, Michelle?
No questions so far.
Okay. So that pretty much covers everything that I've laid aside today for our features webinar. So what we can do is, if we have any questions, or if anybody has any questions on how to use the system or how it works, I can wait a few minutes and see if we have anything. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for those questions to come in, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our next REALPro webinar. Our next REALPro webinar is scheduled for Wednesday, November 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific, and it's entitled How to Make Money with REALPro, or REALPro 301. This webinar is intended for real estate agents who are power users of REALPro, but anyone at any level can attend. This webinar covers the topics on how to assist realtors who are looking for buyers and or sellers. We talk about marketing HUD homes, for sale by owners, how to market your pocket listings, and how you can market to builders. And we also cover a little bit of time management and skills as well. If you are a current REALPro user, you will automatically receive an invitation to all REALPro webinars via email. You can also find a schedule of all of our webinars located on the Commerce REALPro website, www.commercerealpro.com. Commerce Mortgage provides ongoing support for REALPro. We have a team dedicated to supporting all of our realtor partners with REALPro training, implementation, and success. Your Commerce Mortgage loan officer is your first line of support for REALPro information. And as I said earlier, I am the Director of Development for REALPro, and I'm responsible for managing the technical aspect of REALPro and all of the software updates and making sure everything is working properly. If you have any questions regarding Commerce REALPro, please contact, again, your loan officer or support@commercerealpro.com. And I can go ahead and see if I can't pull up a slide here.
And just a clarification, the next webinar on making money with REALPro is on Monday, November 25th.
Oh, okay. Looking at the wrong date on my calendar. So as you can see here, here is how you can contact us. And Lauren is one of our main support people on the support hotline. So most likely Lauren will be contacting you first. And still no questions here, Michelle?
No additional questions. Okay. Thanks for such a comprehensive overview today.
No problem. So everyone, thanks again for attending, and on behalf of Commerce Mortgage, Michelle and I want to thank you guys for attending the features webinar, and have a great rest of your day.